Hello and welcome to the latest installment of CustoMego Creations. I'm your host Brian, and this week I'm not going to talk about making a custom, but rather look at some fond memories and celebrate some fellow creators. See, every year for the last 15 years we've held MegoMeet, and while it's fair to say it's a great vintage toy show and there's certainly lots of modern Mego figures to be found, at least 1/3 of the event revolves around custom action figures, namely custom Mego action figures. Mego collectors have had many famous dark eras where nothing was being produced in the 8-inch format, and it forced and thusly inspired people to become creative, and well, we have an incredible talent pool in the Mego community. These folks make wonderful things happen, and here are some, but by no means all, of the creations that have appeared over the years at various Mego meets. First, we have to start with the exclusive figure, always helmed by one person but involving many other talented artisans to make it happen. It is the ultimate bit of Mego community cooperation. For a long time, this was headed up by a gentleman named Chris, but he eventually passed the baton to my friend Scott, who I believe has surpassed Chris in exclusives at this point. This year, Scott had the brilliant idea to bring the Lincoln International Mr. Rock knockoff to MegoMeet, and it's already sold out. I personally don't always manage to get the exclusive. I missed out on a couple, and other times I wanted to let other people have them. But my absolute favorite, my must-have, was this: Snyderman from the Heroes World catalogs. Most Mego kids know Snyderman, and this was such an inspired idea of Scott's. It comes with a beautiful box, and the figure itself is a perfect depiction of Snyderman, and it even comes with little action figures to simulate Megos. I cannot wait until the world's smallest Mego figures come out so I can add them to this. My second favorite MegoMeet exclusive, also from Scott, was the Electra Woman and Dyna Girl set, which I believe are from about 3 years ago. There was no way I wasn't going home with Electra Woman, but I did miss out on the Dyna Girl. Scott was kind enough to piece one together for me. I didn't even ask him. It was a highlight of that weekend, and I really, really treasure it. Another talented creative at the MegoMuseum is a fellow by the name of Chad, and Chad has created some really wicked stuff over the years for MegoMeet, including an 8-inch Calibos from Clash of the Titans. But my absolute favorite thing he did was, prior to the reproductions, he made the Aquaman versus the Great White Shark in 2 formats, the 8-inch format, which I completely missed out on, and this smaller Superpowers format. This reproduction of the shark is as close to a factory-produced toy you're going to get. It is insane. Now, while I bow to Chad's decision to make this a Superpowers toy, one of these days I'm going to turn it into a Pocket Heroes set. I'm going to get the toy room to make a smaller version of the Aquaman vs. the Great White Shark box and turn it into Mego Pocket Heroes Aquaman vs. the Great White Shark. I cannot wait to do this, and I think I have a little downtime right now. 2 friends of mine teamed up to form a little collaboration called Random Noir, and what they do is micro runs of 8-inch versions of popular Japanese characters. I have my 2 favorites from Random Noir, which are Jaguar from the movie Godzilla vs. Megalon, perhaps you've seen it, and the TV favorite Spectre-Man. Actually, I will admit that there are times when I'm relieved that they choose a character I'm either not familiar with or don't like, because Random Noir makes really groovy stuff, and they do such small batches that you have to buy it then and there. As a fan of Japanese superheroes, there's just no way. I cannot resist what they make, and I know they're promising some neat stuff for this year's MegoMeet. Can't wait. Paul, or as he's known by most of us as Laser Mego, is always good for some fantastic surprises, and every year at MegoMeet is absolutely a joy to see what's on his table. The year in particular that strikes me as the most interesting was the year he produced this, the 8-inch Mego Supermobile, with a box by the Toy Room. This thing looks like it jumped right off of a shelf in 1976. And I know Superman does need a car, but the Supermobile was featured on the Super Friends and in comics, and Corgi did it. So it actually makes a lot of sense, and I absolutely love it. It has firing fists, just like a 70s toy should. Sometimes the fans just get it better than anyone else. And I urge you to check out the website, lasermego.com. I will be putting some links, by the way, at the bottom to some of these creatives. Finally, my last piece from MegoMeet that I could find since the move is this beautiful Animal Man that was made by Scott of Random Noir, not the Scott that does the exclusives. We have more than one Scott. Animal Man is my favorite DC Comics hero. Scott knew that, and he gifted this to me, and it means a lot to me. It's been in my collection since then, and it stares over me every morning, and I just really think it's special because I'm not sure I'm ever going to see a factory produced Animal Man figure, and I'm terribly okay with that. This is just a microscopic look at all the creative energy that has come out of the last 15 years of MegoMeet, and I cannot wait to see what comes out of 2020. That's it for now, but if you like what you see, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. You can hit me up with your feedback at the communities at MegoMuseum.com, or hit me up in our Facebook group, MegoMuseum CustoMego. Until next time, take care and have fun.